Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Touchline Podcast. Today we'll be doing an overrated 11. Joining me, myself, Will Fraser, on the panel we have Louis Gillam to my right, Theo Wolf, and Henry Murphy. And I would say, let's go on into the video.
There's one thing you need to do first.
There's one thing I need to say. Like the video, and subscribe while you're there. That's all you need to do. No more to talk about it. No more need to talk about it.
Okay, you're waffling again now.
Okay, right. Let's
just
move
to
on
clear
into
up,
the video.
it's a Premier League overrated 11.
Yeah, I didn't explain it very well.
We're gonna go through. We'll start with Henry Murphy. I think we'll just go straight into it. And we'll go for we'll
start with goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to start.
So I just notify everyone that our second video has just hit 100 views.
Oh,
Well done.
There we go.
Well, that's
Clearly, it's a Friday night we are filming. People are wanting to stick on the Touchline Podcast.
okay. Henry
Just as
Murphy,
you are doing now.
who is your overrated goalkeeper?
My overrated goalkeeper is Edison.
Ooh. Okay. Theo,
Yeah.
who is your overrated goalkeeper?
Henry, I've just had a pick, and thank God you crossed out Granit Xhaka. Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay, right.
I'd be hell to pay Henry if you put in Granit Xhaka.
Granite like
Granite like granite. Here we go.
Granite like granite.
My
Anyway, Theo,
goalkeeper.
who is your goalkeeper? This could
I don't
cause
even need
controversy.
to- I don't need to look at my phone.
Yeah, okay. Just doesn't need to look.
It's just
Just got it on the top of his
Who is
head.
it?
It is Emmanuel Edison.
Okay.
It's always us.
Not his name.
I thought you were going to say Edouard Mendy.
Enogi.
It's
Emmanuel.
Louis next.
I've gone with David De Gea.
Ah, that's poor. That's poor form. That's
No,
poor.
but I.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
explain
Well, then
after.
explain that. So I've probably gone with so what I've decided to go with is I'm going with Edison as well. I am going with Edison as well. He's overrated.
It
so
was
it's not a good
between.
sense.
It was between. I think Edison's
Okay.
overrated as well. And I'm not saying De Gea's probably more overrated than Edison. I just wanted to bring something else to the table. Because we got to talk about two players because I think they're both overrated, equally overrated. I would also mention
He's been
Ramsdale
excellent.
and Mendy as other overrated keepers, but
I think
just
De Gea's
honourable
been good this
mentions
season.
that I'd
He's
probably
done
get
like
into. But
Honourable mentions for an overrated.
well,
Wait, who were the honourable mentions?
Ramsdale and Mendy.
Yeah,
Right.
Ramsdale's a shout.
No, Ramsdale's not underrated. I overrated. I like Ramsdale.
I wouldn't say
really
he's
like
like-
Ramsdale.
Pickford's usually a shout by this group.
No, I don't think he's overrated at all.
Mendy's got.
Okay, so why Henry? Why have you picked Edison?
It's just like.
You need to give a reason, not just like.
Shall I start with Edison?
No, I
and
know.
you can
It's
follow on?
just
Because
they've got such a good
I
team and
picked Edison as well.
they got such good defence. He wins Golden Gloves and stuff, but like. You don't actually have to make that many saves.
his
to
shot
start.
stopping, I think, is
What I was going to say
is
shot
under
stopping's that
par.
good.
It's
his
not great.
all-round goalkeeping
Oh,
is
yeah,
not,
it's just because he's good with his feet. Oh, that was the thing.
it's not good enough.
He's the
His
best goalkeeper
literal-
in the world on his feet, but
Fine, but
no, I know, but shot stopping,
80% of goalkeeping is shot stopping.
shot stopping, he's not great. So
Okay, 90%.
I agree, he's
And
overrated.
it's not. It's not good enough for a top
Yeah.
team. He shouldn't be.
I think he makes
in that top
mistakes and he doesn't save shots that he should save, and people don't necessarily
League
pick
final
up on it.
Yeah. What I would say is if Pep values the feet, the way City play, he values how good he is with his feet over his shot stopping ability. Fine.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough.
As a
It's
goalkeeper,
worked.
I think he is overrated.
I think he doesn't do anything like special. Like he doesn't pull off the
It's not even that,
incredible
it's just-
saves
it's
that
just
he
not
should,
good.
and he doesn't come up with it.
No, also I think
But-
out of his box, like coming out of his box,
Yeah.
is awful.
He's not
He lets the ball
commanding.
through him all the
He's
time.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think De Gea is actually quite harsh.
I think that's completely harsh.
No,
He's been-
I think it's very harsh, but
You
like,
look at-
it's not.
We're
I've
going
done it
off.
before.
We're going off right now.
That
Like,
Watford game,
I
he's really good
know.
this season.
I obviously
Kamara-
know how good
Kamara-
De Gea
that
was.
Kamara goal, I
No.
did think Edison did well enough.
You know how good he's been. This
Obviously,
season,
I
so-
know how good De Gea was
He's
like
been
back in
excellent this
2012.
Oh, you're not talking about this season. He's been excellent this
He's
season.
shot-
But I'm talking about this season. No, I'm just shot stopping. Yeah, he's
Okay,
he's
so,
great.
yeah, you know.
But on the
most
ball,
part,
on the ball,
90%
he's
keeping.
absolutely atrocious.
So you've just
And
said
that
he's your most
matters, and that
overrated keeper.
matters.
Okay, I'm not saying it doesn't. Your most overrated keeper. His shot stopping's been incredible.
I think he's insane.
But
It's
You're
been
acting
great.
like people praise him for how good
Yeah.
he is on his feet. He's not.
Everyone knows that's a
No, but I'm
weakness in
just
his
saying.
game.
I'm just saying.
Like, everyone
In general,
knows
you
that.
praise him for being absolutely fantastic this
He
season.
is.
He hasn't been
He has,
fantastic
he
this
has.
season.
He
I
has.
think he should be replaced, and he's not going to.
If you-
Under Ten Hag,
I disagree.
under Ten Hag, who needs a goalkeeper that's capable with the ball at his feet. He
I
has to
think
be
he's
replaced.
completely incapable.
I think he is.
I think also he makes saves expect
And-
because he's smaller.
Who? De Gea's not small.
No, because he's got less. Have you seen his reach?
But
He's massive.
that's
got
not a
massive
great point.
reach.
But
He's like 6'4".
I think like being good on the ball and having like confidence, it does like transfer into your back line
He's got massive
and gives them
arms as well.
confidence. So it doesn't
Right.
help.
So I'd like to assess the point I made most
He's
recently.
1.92.
You know when you
meters.
waffle?
Yeah, you waffle.
That's what I just.
Absolute waffle.
How tall is he?
He's 192, so he's at least 6'3".
Yeah, 6'4".
Anyway,
I
Anyway,
just don't
move-
think
let's
De
move
Gea's
on
been
to-
incredible.
Let's move on to right back, which actually for me was my hardest position to
Okay,
pick in
okay,
the
so
whole
I
league.
couldn't
Who
think of
have you
anyone.
got?
We'll start with Henry.
Okay,
but-
I've got Matty Cash.
Okay. No.
Gabe?
Theo, who do you have?
I've got the same.
Matty Cash. Louis.
You guys know who I have. I have Reece James.
Okay.
But you knew this. You knew this.
And I thought about Matty Cash, but then I thought he's actually been quite good
He's
this
been
season.
so good.
He's not been so good. Relax.
No, he
Yeah,
hasn't.
relax.
And then just relax. He's been a very good right. He actually got their player of the season. He
Yeah,
got Villa
well,
player
it
of the
was
season. I did
like-
see that.
It was like player voted
Um,
this season.
I'd have Coutinho just for what he's done in about 5
Okay,
years.
fine. But I went with
Oh shit! I should have put him in as overrated.
Soufal.
No, I don't think he's really. I
But
don't,
my thing was, I'm not sure if he's
Yeah.
rated enough.
The
Yeah.
problem there,
Yeah,
he's not rated that much.
He's not. I know.
But like,
I
we
couldn't-
all
rated
know he's a
last
good
season.
player, but he's not
He's not.
he's not
great.
great.
He was rated last season
But
because
I-
he was really good, and this
He
season he's just
wasn't
been
really-
injured.
He
Yeah,
was
and I
alright.
think people have accepted
He was
that.
alright last season. He was
I
just a
think
new
he was
signing.
So good last season.
Okay, see that's overrated. He wasn't.
Yeah, so that is a good point. To be fair,
He was decent
Yeah,
last
you're
season.
overrating him.
He
there.
was a solid
he
right
was,
back.
He was very
He did
good
a
last
decent
season.
job last season,
The
and he's
fullbacks were important last season. Him and Cresswell. Good players.
okay, but he's getting out of the team by bloody Ben Johnson, that I do not rate. Anyway,
He's a classic bronze on FIFA.
he is. He's such a 64
Louis
rated.
James.
Reece James.
Reece James is a top right back.
We're going to have many a
No, second
debate.
best in the league. Second best in the league. I've said this. Okay, but the thing I disagree with is when they put them on the level with Trent. I think Trent is a tier above him.
He's actually the best one.
Okay.
Quite a tier above him.
But-
And I'm not saying he's bad. You guys can't fixate on that. I'm just saying when people put him on the level of Trent, I really
But I
disagree
think
with that.
I think that what you're doing,
What?
he does.
He
Mate.
says that.
He does.
Yeah, but he says
Loads of
Granit
people.
Xhaka is better than
Loads of
Trent.
people saying like Reece James is the best right back in the world.
You
But I
say
just
James.
don't
No,
think
Henry.
he's part of that
Loads of
level.
people say Reece James is better than Trent. But
Shaq's
why?
been
Why?
best.
I don't think they're comparable.
There's a
I think
difference between
Louis,
good
why?
and
Louis,
evil.
what I'd
But-
say
but-
is,
But your Shaq, I think he's been best enemy of all time. No one else thinks that opinion. So.
what I'd say is, you're just saying you just think Trent's that much better. I'm not sure people think Reece James is that much better than you do. As in, you still think Reece James is incredibly good. You
still
just
think
think
he's
Trent's that much better. So you think Trent's underrated. You
Yeah,
don't think
I
Reece James is
suppose
overrated.
that's a fair
But
point.
because they get compared, I can see where.
Yeah,
you're-
I suppose there's like a level that they don't think Trent is as good as I think he
Yeah,
is.
no, I'm with
so
you.
I agree
I
with
think
that.
Trent's that much
Maybe it's harsh of me to say he's overrated, but there's still a level that I don't think he's as good as people
Okay.
make him out to
Alright.
be.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving on to Matty Cash. Why have you guys put Matty Cash in there?
Wait, who have you got? Oh, you got Super. Oh, he's just so average. Like, how's he winning player of the season?
Because he's just a solid right
I
back.
see.
He's done
He's
well.
bush shifting.
He's bush shifting.
He's
Right.
got
He's
to
a solid
be-
right back, but
this
people
season,
talk about him like he's more.
He should be their player of the season actually.
He's been
He's
alright.
such a solid player for them, man.
Yeah, he's just like Cash has been a solid player. I don't think
No.
anyone rates him more than that. I
I
think
think-
he's just
I think people do though.
who.
He's just like an average right back.
I mean,
I think he's been more.
He's
than-
okay.
I think that's harsh.
Going back.
I think that's harsh. I think you can.
He's
put him as-
energetic. He's
He's one of
Gets up
these.
and down.
He's the.
Okay, right. Let's let Theo make this whatever he's about to say.
we're going to leave a link in the video where Sammy said that Matty Cash was his
But-
player of the season at right back outside the top
But-
6 clubs.
After the video, I was thinking about it, and I've now realised that I think I probably agree with him.
Who else? Who's even gonna
Because
be
I put Kyle Walker-Peters in, but I don't think it's that close. And stop talking to me about Tyreek Lamptey.
Jesus.
Trey Lamptey's been injured, but yeah.
He's a better player.
So Tyreek Mitchell plays left.
Whenever I
He
watch
does.
Lamptey
Where
play,
did you get
he
Tyreek
just-
Mitchell from?
No, he said Tyreek
He
Mitchell.
said Tariq
No,
Lamptey.
Never said Mitchell.
Yeah.
Who did he
Lamptey.
Tariq
Said
Lamptey.
Tyreek.
He just said Tariq.
Alright.
Whenever
Anyway.
I watch Lamptey play, he's brilliant.
Okay, let's go.
But-
Anyway, let's move on to centre backs.
Best
I
right back in
think
the world.
Gay, who have you got?
Yeah.
let's do it as a pairing.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Let's
No,
do it
let's do
1v1.
one, yeah.
1-on-one.
Oh, wait.
Louis,
no,
who?
no, Paris.
No, because it's not.
No.
It's not a team. It's just
Henry,
a centre
you
back.
give us
Henry,
one
you
of
give
your
us one of
centre
your
Oh,
backs.
you know what? I've had enough. I'm going first.
Okay,
Okay.
Theo, you go first. Who's one of your centre backs?
No, I'm not doing any of this either. I'm picking both. I'm
Right.
going for
He's overrated.
Benjamin White, and I'm going for Andreas Christensen.
Interesting picks. I don't have either of them. Louis.
Is Christensen? Okay, well,
So we are going for a pair, apparently. So, Louis, who's your pair?
I really hate that these players play for the same team. I have Rudiger and Thiago Silva.
Rudiger.
It's your team. Louis, it's your team.
So, I
It's your team.
I also have.
Let me just pick the whole Chelsea back up into his team. It's chill right left back.
I've gone with.
You could have got Mendy as well.
I know.
I've also gone with Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
And the second one, I couldn't really think of another centre back. And then I was thinking about our centre back video and like what was a bit outrageous that people said. So I went with Fofana. Just because you put him there.
Okay,
I
but
was
can
like,
I just say, Fofana is not rated.
He is
by
rated.
anyone but
he is,
Theo.
No, he is
to
rated.
the level that.
To the level,
No, but
yeah.
he's not overrated by anyone but Theo. Because I know he's a very good centre back.
He's another Soufal. He was good for one season. People
No,
rated him. Now he's injured. Now he's not rated.
Whoa. He's better than Soufal.
No, he's better than Soufal, but
But it's the same sort of idea.
I know what you mean, but.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have got Thiago Silva. He picks himself.
Sorry, Henry. Sorry.
Thiago Silva's a shoo-in.
Henry, you see, you got so annoyed at me when I put
I think it was the
Thiago
Rudiger
Silva.
shout.
I
I think
know,
it
I
was
was
the
saying
Rudiger
Rudiger.
shout.
Oh, but I'll
I
explain
completely-
Rudiger.
I
I'll go
completely
back.
agree.
He's just going to say back 3 tax, back 3
And
tax.
I put.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
I
Who's
put
the
Michael
second?
Keane.
Who the fuck rates Michael Keane as a
Guys,
centre
I'm
back?
going to be honest.
He is probably the most unrated centre back in the
No,
league.
you know who I was going to put him?
I do think Michael Keane is the best player in the world.
That's so accurate. He's probably.
No, I think if you asked as many people as possible who is the worst centre back in the league, bar Harry Maguire, 90% of people would go Michael Keane.
Where,
Yeah,
like, people thought should be in England.
Henry.
that's like 4 years ago.
Henry, I think
I'm going to be
you.
honest, I couldn't think of
Henry,
anyone.
I think
Okay,
you forgot what
okay.
overrated means. Like, that's just.
No, I genuinely couldn't think of anyone.
I couldn't really
Okay,
think of
fine.
anyone. That's fair enough.
I'm
That's
gonna,
fair enough.
well, the only what was I going to say?
Michael.
Oh no, I was going to put maybe Liam Cooper in because every time Leeds do badly, all I hear is, oh, they don't have Liam Cooper. They don't have Liam Cooper whenever they're doing badly defensively. And then he comes in, he's absolutely jack
He
shit.
hasn't come in.
No, he's decent.
He got injured again.
Just nothing. Yeah, but it's just like laughable.
Okay.
But anyway, that's a side point.
Let's go straight to Louis.
Rudiger.
Why do you have Rudiger in there?
So if I was doing like top 10 Prem centre backs, I'd put him like 4 or 5. But the reason I think he's overrated is because he's not on the level of Diaz and Laporte, and
people put him there.
people put him there. So I think he's much lower down than that.
Okay.
And what are you guys doing?
I think for Red Water.
It's not really
Generous
necessary.
bloke.
And obviously, I'm going to bring up the fact that he plays in a back three because that's a valid point. As much as people may hate it, it's a very valid point.
I probably am about to
It's
bring that
it's a
up.
lot easier to defend in a back three because you don't need to worry so much about
Yeah,
your
well, we
positioning.
explained
You
that last
can
week.
we went
Hashtag
over this,
it.
but you can press and
Yeah.
it's definitely an easier role. You've got more protection, but at the same time, I would put him fifth best Premier League centre back.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's as good as
Fifth.
Laporte and
I
Diaz.
can see that.
Fifth. Who's your fourth?
I think Joel Matip's a better defender.
Ooh, I'm not sure about
But it's close.
that. I'm not sure
It's
about
It's
that.
very close.
I don't know. I think the
And
top
we did
four,
this last week. No,
top
we
four
did
Premier
this
League
We
centre
did
backs. I
this.
think are a bit
Who
clear.
did you just say? Sorry.
John Stones.
Right.
It is
Theo,
right.
you had Ben White, and who was your other one?
Andreas.
Let's start with Andreas because we're on the topic of Chelsea. Why'd you have Christiansen on there?
Well, okay, so people make the argument that obviously he's not overrated, but I think the fact that he's going to Barcelona is actually disgusting.
He's a bit rated. I think
But-
I
but
rate
that-
him a bit.
I don't rate him at all. I'm going to be
I
honest.
missed a shout
I don't think
right
anyone
back.
rates
You
him.
know who missed it right back?
Who?
Aspilicueta.
No,
Nah,
It's not really rated by anyone.
At
and
the
just
moment, he's about to
Christensen.
get 3 years.
Honourable mention,
Yeah.
Aspilicueta.
A lot of individual errors Andreas Christensen's gone in. I think he's been revitalised by Thomas Tuchel. But I think before that, he wasn't really getting the squad at Chelsea. He was kind of playing around the bench.
Is that
But-
relevant?
But
Yeah, it is,
how,
because-
No, it is. It is.
I think he's had one good season. Half a good season.
half a good season
Yeah.
in a back three
I
under
do
Tuchel in a
agree.
defensive
I do
system.
agree that at the end of last season, especially Chelsea fans were massively overrating him, and we
Yeah,
can see this
I
season
agree.
that he's nowhere near as good as
No,
they
I
made him out
think
to be.
he's not, but I think he is a
now,
good
I don't
centre-back.
think that many people rate him, but he was definitely.
I just-
I'm
I
not.
just think
He's
decent
definitely
centre-back.
he's
Like,
definitely
I can't-
been proven not to be as good as some people made him out to be
Yeah,
last
that's
season.
fair. That's fair
And then
enough.
for my second pick,
Ben White. Why'd you have Ben White?
He's grossly overrated. I don't see that enough ball progression from him. I thought that's what he's brought in to do. I don't think he does that enough. I don't think his defence is quite frail. He loses out a lot of battles. I just don't think he's the all-round player that we bought. I think we tried to. I think.
So
it was-
what?
He's
Yeah.
built for Love Island. Not
Exactly. Thanks.
Okay.
Why do you think he's not good at progressing the ball up the
No,
line?
no.
Do you
I
not
think
Because
that's
I think-
the main reason we bought him in was.
And
to
you don't think
progress
he's
the
quite
ball.
as good
And
at
I
Gabriel?
think he's.
I think he's a
don't
good.
really
I
see
think he's
it
very
on
good.
He's
that
certainly much better than Gabriel. I think we can all
No,
agree
no,
on
but
that.
I think against low block teams, I think we just end up passing. in
And
between
I
centres,
think
passing in between
Ben
centres.
White's great at that. He does have great.
I think he's
ball
pretty good at that.
progression.
I-
One on one, I can agree is his weakness. But in the first half of the season, especially, I thought he was our best centre back. But
Yeah,
second half of the season, Gabriel's been better.
I think our defence is pretty rubbish, to be honest.
But also, you've got to take into account the fact.
Katie.
I'm sorry, but fullbacks matter, and Nuno coming in and Cedric coming in is ridiculous. The second Tierney left, the defence falls apart. He's such a vital part.
Tierney's out loads of.
Tierney's just injured. You need to get a new left back.
Right, I think.
Aaron Hickey?
No, he's just got.
Okay, moving on.
No. Let's talk about Thiago Silva because three of us said Thiago Silva. We haven't spoken about him yet. I think he's washed. I mean, in a previous video, I may have said that Harry Maguire is better than Thiago Silva.
God,
Whether I stand by that or not, I'm not. Whether I stand by that or not, I'm not sure. But
watched?
No, it's better than Harry Maguire. If you weren't playing on his computer, then you would have known.
No, we're just looking at Aaron Hickey's age.
Oh right. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, Thiago Silva's washed.
Yeah.
He's washed.
I sort of agree.
I feel like
the argument that because he's 37, that makes him still.
No, that is such facts.
It's just stupid.
No, I don't know. He gets He gets more praise because he's old. So that's not
doesn't make him a better centre back.
You're not a better player if you're old.
I think the viewers won't like this one because us as a podcast are not a fan of Thiago Silva, but a lot of people are. I mean, people put him in ahead of Diaz and Laporte. I mean, it's crazy.
He's not. He's not like the player he was 5 seasons ago.
I watched the team of the halfway through the team of the season video. Thiago Silva was in two people's team ahead of Laporte.
Yeah, he's not.
What was that on?
Halfway through the season.
To be fair, I have seen a lot of videos and things where people put him in top 3 centre backs. You know,
it's not even just Chelsea.
Team of the season, he's not on that level.
I think he's the easiest position in this whole team.
He's a good cover. I think he's a good cover centre.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
He was in back 3 with some aggressive defence.
Yeah.
I get that,
let's move on to left back.
Henry, can you give us Gabriel?
This is an interesting position, left back.
Gloss over Michael Keane.
No. Overrated left back, Henry.
Overrated left back, Henry. Who do you have?
This was difficult.
This was difficult.
I couldn't actually think of anyone. Okay. But if I had to pick one, I'd go for Lucas Digne.
Luca Digne, not Lucas.
No, I was thinking of one.
So it's pronounced Luca, not Lucas. But it's Luca Digne.
Yeah, I was a bit torn.
Don't worry, it's fine.
I don't think there are that many underrated left backs.
Overrated left backs.
Overrated. I went for Alex Telles.
That's fair enough. He is not very great.
He's not right.
I thought he was going to be a great signing when he came. I thought he was.
A4 on FIFA.
A4 on FIFA loves a goal, even though they're all penalties.
They scored a lot for Porto.
That's what I'm saying. Loves a goal.
How many has scored for Manchester United?
Not many.
What? How many goals?
He scored that volley from outside the box.
He's got that one good goal.
Yeah.
Have you got left back?
I've also gone.
Wait, we haven't done Theo's left back.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Who'd you have, Theo? Who'd you have?
No, we'll
Tell it. Oh, he's got Tell it. Sorry.
I've also gone with Digne along with Henry.
Fair enough.
This was the hardest position.
That's the one I was going to go for if it
but,
wasn't Telles.
Well, let's hear yours, Kate.
Controversial.
Oh no.
I've gone for Cancelo.
Oh, okay. You know what?
It's late night fraudulence.
Can we just have a look on my piece of paper?
Can you give me time to explain for why I think he's a bit overrated?
I completely agree with Kate.
I think he's a good left back. Here's what I say about Cancelo. Defensively, I think he's the worst out of Trent, James, and Cancelo. I think he's the worst of the three.
Yeah.
And if you're in a team like Man City dominating the ball, and he sits on the edge of the box, whipping in balls, putting in through balls, he's good at that. As an all-round left back or right back, I think he's heavily overrated. I've never been that big a Cancelo fan. I get he's got a good delivery on him, but yeah, I think he's overrated.
He was in my team.
I wrote him.
Exactly, because he just sits on the box. He sits on the edge of the box as they're dominating the ball, whips in a ball to the back post. Sterling will get on the end of it. You have Rio Ferdinand saying Cancelo's the best left back in the world.
On the ball, he's the dribbling best out of all three of them. I think. Defensively, he's poor.
But he doesn't do enough.
Him and Trent are both cams.
No. It's such a. I can argue about Cancelo because Cancelo's inverted and he comes inside. Trent stays wide.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He stays away from that line. He actually comes inside. If you look at his crossing positions, he comes inside a bit more. So he's not.
Right. So is anyone gonna?
If he played cam, then how would he be able to cross the ball?
He drops into a right midfield role. He's not number 10.
Because if you're standing in the centre of the pitch, how are you be able to cross?
Cams don't just.
Yeah,
stay
but
but
he's just a right back who occasionally moves into cam.
And Trent loves an overlap. Cams don't overlap. Anyway, is no one going to challenge me on the Cancelo point, or are you all just going to agree with me?
I completely agree.
I
put him
think.
in my team.
I mean, secondly, he didn't even start in the Champions League final. Because in a big game, Pep.
That's last year though.
Yeah, no.
He's more.
I'm just saying. I get that. But I'm saying in a big game, Pep wanted someone a bit more solid than Zinchenko. I'm not saying Zinchenko's better. I'm just saying.
This season he's been a different level.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But you're also not saying he's bad.
I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's a good left back, and he's done very well this season. Very well.
He is the best left back.
He just works in their system.
But I was also looking at something earlier where people were giving their players of the season.
Overrated?
No, Robertson's underrated.
It's not underrated.
I think he's underrated.
No one. He's not rated enough by people because he's the best left back in the league.
In the world.
No,
Cancelo's
a better left back than him, I think.
I don't think.
Well, he's definitely technically better.
Robertson's more complete.
Technically, that's
but as well as that, I just think what he does going forward is.
Robertson's more effective and more complete.
And your first game.
Defensively,
anyway, I think we should move on to midfield, which for me, midfield was a very hard decision. All three of them, I'm not sure about, and then neither of them I don't think of that overrated, but I couldn't think of anyone else.
I'll be honest, I'm not playing like 6, 8, 10. I'm just having 3.
Okay, let's start with your deepest midfielder.
Yeah, he's probably my deepest midfielder, and again, I don't like this one, but he has to. I couldn't think of anyone else.
Yeah. I didn't see.
So
no.
I'll go with N'Golo Kante.
Okay, I'm also going to say this one now because I've also gone with N'Golo Kante.
Okay.
I've also gone with N'Golo Kante.
Oh God.
You guys crazy. I was about to say that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but anyway.
No, in the Premier League he's not been at it.
He's not been good for a year.
My deepest line midfielder is Fred.
Oh wait, where
Henry,
did
who rates
Chelsea
Fred?
play recently?
People are saying like Fred's been revitalised since
well, you have
Rangnick
Kovacic and
came. He
Jorginho.
hasn't.
They played
He's done
recently
nothing.
last game.
Who did they play? Oh, he played
He's
well
a
in that
bit-
game.
yeah, he
That's
played
what I was
really
saying.
well.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
In the last game, there was a
Played
few
really
interceptions
well.
he made.
Yeah.
I was like,
Led straight to
Kante.
goals.
Oh, Kante.
But apart from that, I still think he's been overrated.
Oh, it wasn't not the last game. Not
Yeah,
last
no,
game,
I know the game you're talking
I
about. 'cause
don't. I don't like it when people still call him world class and still think he's the player
He hasn't
was
been good
2
enough,
years
yeah,
ago.
he hasn't been.
He's not anymore.
Champions League
He's
run.
consistently.
He had that
been poor.
incredible Champions
He's also
League run.
consistently starting to be drops from the Chelsea side.
Yeah.
And
He's
I think
injury prone.
Injury.
they should cash in on him before
Did you
he's
see what
like,
Tuchel said?
his
He's all
value
the world
drops.
class players, but he's not fit.
He said that Kante is Chelsea's Mo Salah, so he's just been injured.
Yeah, he's just not
He's
been
just been
fit.
injured.
But
Which
like
is
the
one of
last
those
year,
Last year,
I
even when he's
guarantee
played.
you, next season, like if Kante's fit, he'll just play every game.
Kante's getting a bit older.
No.
as well.
He's been fit. He's
I
been
mean,
dropped for
I
games.
think
as well.
he's- I
Henry's
just
been
think
dropped
he's
for
getting-
games as well.
He's
That's
getting
silly
past it
argument.
now. It's
But
just-
also, I actually think in the last few years, I'm talking the last 2 and a bit years.
Yeah, I agree.
Apart from that Champions League run,
it was the
he's
Champions League.
it was
run that-
incredible. But apart from that,
Last year wasn't.
last year wasn't that. He got dropped for a bit under the start of Tuchel's reign.
Without Kante, they
But he was
100%
also-
don't win the Champions League.
And Frank.
I get. That's why I just said
100.
that. Look, Henry.
No,
I
but
just
like,
said apart
it's-
from the
it's not
Champions
even
League run.
close. That's
Yeah.
quite a big.
But
I know that I'm saying.
It's quite
I know.
At the
I know.
start, Frank. is
Okay,
always
but
playing
we're
at
talking
camp.
about
Yeah.
Champions League run, which was now over a year ago, Henry.
Which is a year ago.
It was a year. Yeah, but the
That's
run
a year.
was.
I mean the semi-finals.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
It's quite. He
Yeah,
won
but-
like 4 in a row.
Louis,
Henry-
mate.
I don't know why I said over.
Anyway,
but
moving on
you
from
know.
Kante. Henry, you have Fred. Why do you have Fred?
Well, I've got Fred. I'm not saying he's the most rated player. I'm saying since
Fred's
It's
not
a bit of a weird one.
No, he's not rated at all.
It's since Rangnick came in, people have suddenly started being like Fred.
He's been rated a bit. He has
and
been
now
rated
people
a
are
bit.
saying that Fred should stay at United.
I quite like
I don't
Fred.
think
I
he
quite like
is
Fred.
nowhere near good enough to play for Man United.
He's a weird player.
Okay,
Fred.
can I come
He's
please
nowhere
say
near
one thing? You do not have some God-given right to have. He's nowhere near good enough for Man United. What right do you have to have a world-class CDM?
But he's
Just
not good
because
enough.
you're an old club, you used to do
Alright,
this.
has
Man
nothing to do
United
with
are
that.
the biggest club in the world.
You don't have
Brand.
So it's nothing to
you don't
do
have
with
a right to
He's not good enough to play for any top
unbelievable
six
CDM.
He's not good enough to play
It's
for
not
Arsenal.
good
No, I
enough.
agree. But you don't have this ultimate right that you should be. having
But
the
like,
best centre.
I think Partey can sometimes be overrated, but he's good
No,
enough
he's
to play
overrated.
for Arsenal.
Sometimes Granite's been better.
I don't think
I
Partey's
don't
overrated.
think. I think that's.
Anyway, I don't think there's much to talk on
Yeah.
Fred apart from it's a bit of a weird
No,
thing. I'm
no
not
one
sure he's
really
rated
rates
too much.
him.
I think
We
he's
all know.
rated.
I
He's
think-
a weird player. He
People
performs
like-
every now and again, and when he does, I do think he's quite good. But then
He's shit.
Yeah,
just
he's
dreadful.
so
Like,
he's
his
so on and
general
off.
play, his passing.
But I'll tell
It's
you,
his
he's
passing,
definitely
that's
better
not-
than Scott McTominay. I'll
He
tell you
is,
that.
he is. McTominay's
Yes.
As Goldbridge said,
That's
he's
easy,
not
that's
super
easy.
good.
McTominay
Do you remember when
is
he was
awful.
saying when he was on
Oh,
a
man.
he was on a round of like scoring a few goals in a few consecutive games, and it's people that are saying like
Lads,
if he continues this form,
who's
he
better,
could be
Scott
hard to handle.
McTominay or Guendouzi? It was a big decision.
Anyway, moving on to everyone's second midfielder.
When was that a debate?
I can't remember. That was
Must be the
ages
long
ago.
So we've all got Kante, and then you've got Fred. Henry, who's your second midfielder next to Fred?
Ward-Prowse.
I like that pick. I actually really
I like
like
that
Rob
pick
Prowse,
as well.
but I actually just quite like that pick.
I knew someone with Bill Prowse.
Yeah.
Wolfie?
Yeah.
Who's your second midfielder next to Kante?
Go with the more defence one. Then Martin Odegaard.
Right. Louis?
I have Jorginho.
Ooh, I don't like that pick. I don't like that pick.
I don't think he's rated anymore.
No, I think
No,
he's
I
actually
think he still
underrated
is
these
rated.
days. He is still rated, but I think
You're just going
he's
to
a very good
that
player.
third of the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Don't bring that up.
okay.
I've gone
Okay, don't bring that one.
Yuri Tielemans.
It's going to be quite hard.
Oh, I really like
Very
that. I
Tielemans.
disagree with it so much.
I agree.
It's like the Ward-Prowse. I disagree with it so much, but I actually
can
really
just
like
say,
that pick.
2 months ago, you were all saying how good Yuri Tielemans was.
No, I said I'd buy him for Arsenal.
We should
I
never
said-
get him for Arsenal because he's
No, because
just,
he was
quite poor.
cheap, and he's
He's
probably
okay. And
he's
he's
alright.
very sloppy on the ball. He
World
loses-
class.
he loses
He's
the
not
ball
been good
lots.
enough this season.
World class.
He's dropped off since he's been thinks he's too big.
Theo, what is your definition of world class?
Yeah, he's not world class.
He's not top
That's
2
Kante.
or 3 in his position.
But I don't think that's a good
Yeah,
definition
yeah,
of
why
world
have you
class.
got? Why have you
No, I
got,
think top 3 in your position.
No, because there could just be like poor players in that position. Like you got to be like to a
Top
certain
3 in the world.
standard.
Okay, fine.
But-
you can't buy because he's not. No,
Tielemans definitely not
He's
world
not
class. Tielemans is definitely not
So
world
he's a good
class.
player.
Not
Very
even
good solid
close.
player. He's good enough for Arsenal.
Wolf Odegaard?
Odegaard, as I said in the if you haven't watched it, go and flip in. Well, it depends when what order Louis released them. Go and smash a like and subscribe. I mean, I don't know what the subscribe has to
On
do
every
with going on
single
the video,
video.
but
So actually, do you know what we should do now?
what should we do?
We should take a little break and just say to the viewers what you should do. Just go off the video, like it, and subscribe if you haven't already.
No, but there's going to be an ad break now, so we have to stay silent for at least.
Oh
a
yeah,
second.
because we have loads of ads.
No,
you know,
no,
they're
wait,
lining up to get on
Are
our
you going to let
podcast.
the ad go?
Right, let's move back on.
Okay, so the waffle is over.
Yeah.
We're gonna begin the
Louis, why
podcast
do you like
again.
Jorginho?
He's less rated now than he was a year ago.
Yeah.
I will agree not to bring up the third in the Ballon d'Or, but that was absolutely.
That was outrageous.
It
That
was
was
just
outrageous.
ridiculous.
We've already had that
Yeah,
argument.
okay, but we all know it's ridiculous. But I just don't think he's very good. I think he's very sloppy on the
I
ball.
just don't think it's very good.
Sloppy on the
He do-
ball.
I'm about to give my opinion. Like he doesn't.
It's the one thing he's
He
good at.
doesn't
He's good
do
on the ball.
anything like his ball progression is. I mean, he
You guys
doesn't.
love a bit of ball progression. I know
That's so
I said that
important.
a week ago.
He doesn't do anything to
Hang
go
on, hang on a
forwards.
second.
And defensively, he's pretty useless.
Hang on a
isn't he?
second.
Hang on a
Honest.
second.
But hang on
You
a
can
second.
talk. You can talk about his defensive work not being good. He's not great defensively. He's weak.
He's weak. He
If you
presses
start
the
bringing
ball
up, if
and
you start
like,
bringing up,
aimlessly and
if you
just
start
doesn't
bringing
win
up
it.
how good he is on the ball and progressing the ball, that's just waffle. He's
He
like
does
probably.
pass it sideways,
No, he
but
does pass
He
it.
has got the odd 3.
Mohamed El Sideways.
He's the best
Does he,
Chelsea. He's the
though?
best Chelsea player on the
Yeah,
ball.
I
No, he's not.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the whole
Mateo.
team.
No, he's not.
No, Mateo's good at dribbling. He's good at driving forward.
Mateo said, if we didn't underrate him, he gets.
Yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
fine. I'll give you. He's decent on the ball. It was a bit waffle.
Oh,
Henry. He's done.
I like him as well.
I don't know why he's done it.
Don't think he's overrated or underrated. I think it's fair, but I just think defensively, Jorginho is a bit weak, and
As a specialist,
That's
CDM,
fine.
he's
And a
not
bit-
good enough.
Yeah, but it's a bit like how
I sometimes
Xavi-
see him like he pushes up, he presses the ball, and he's a bit like aimless, and he doesn't win it.
No, I'm talking about as a number 6 who's not defensive and dictates
Yeah.
play. That's the number
but they
6
were so good
Jorginho
that
is.
they did.
But
No, I get
Jorginho
that.
is just not good enough
And they have the
going
best
forward.
CDM.
No, but Jorginho doesn't play as a lone number
Yeah,
6.
so
He plays in a 2.
But
He plays in a 2.
Jorginho is the CDM. They're
No, he's
the
not.
And I can't believe it.
They play in a
wait,
2.
Okay, moving on
We
to
skipped
So
over.
talk about Ward-Prowse.
let's
Oh,
talk about Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse.
So-
Why do you think-
Ward-Prowse.
I disagree with this.
I disagree as well.
I like the pick because I want to talk about
I
it.
don't like the way that he is brandished as carrying Southampton.
He is.
I said that in the video,
I don't
and
like
no one
that.
agreed with me.
I don't
Because
like
you
that.
said that it was his fault they lost 9-0 twice,
And
which
I
is
don't-
absolutely
There's a lack of
ridiculous.
captaincy.
And I don't understand
There's a lack
what.
of soul.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Waffle.
That was such waffle.
I don't.
I went on a tangent about
I know.
he's been not performing, because he's 6-0s, 9-0s. He's just lost the car.
I
You're
think,
waffly again.
I think there's a narrative that he's only good at set pieces, but that's incorrect.
Yeah, that's.
You've just gone with what every single pundit has ever
it-
said. There's this narrative. He's actually good. He's actually good off the ball. He's actually.
He
good
is.
at
He is
That's
good.
the point.
Sorry.
Progression.
Sorry,
That's
he is
literally
very
the
good off the
point.
ball. It's not ball
I think-
progression.
I think the
Oriel
free
Romeo.
kicks do glorify how good he is, definitely. I'm not debating he's good at taking free kicks, but like
He's
as
good
an
everywhere
overall
else.
football player, I don't look at free kicks.
What I would say,
And the only other thing is, how's he got nominated for Premier League Player?
I agree with that.
No, so I understand why you're saying he's overrated
That is
because of
beyond
that.
What I would say,
They
if
just
someone,
want a differential play.
someone like, let's say, I don't know how many goals he scored this season. I don't know. If he scores 6 goals a season in free kicks, but he scores 6 less goals from open play, I'm just saying as an example. Why is that any worse, scoring from a free kick than open play?
I don't think he scored that many free kick goals.
Okay, I'm just saying. Henry's saying it's like.
I'm not saying it based on goals. I'm just saying because they're really nice goals, which they are.
Yeah.
It means that people like you've always got something to talk
But
about.
it's also
you can be like, well,
quite a
Prowse.
skill.
Oh yeah, and his free kicks are good. Like, what's he do on the ball?
That's a
What
massive
else?
That's a
skill,
massive
though.
part of the game.
We're not just talking
It's
about
one
like
skill.
free kicks on the edge of the area.
You talk about how
set
good
pieces
people
in
talk about
general.
how good Mount is
How
because he
important
scored
that
10
is.
goals or whatever. If someone could score 5 free kick goals
Yeah.
a season, that's massive. That's massive.
And he's also good everywhere
He
else.
doesn't. He scores like average 3 goals a season.
But he
He's the best free
I think
kick
we
taker
can
in the world.
agree that he is the heart of Southampton's
Beat
team.
you pint, you forget about it.
Nah.
He is, but not as much as people make out.
He's only scored 4 free kicks.
Right, and that's enough talk
What's
on
he-
our
what's
second
he
midfielder.
carrying
Only
Southampton
4
to
free
anyways?
kicks.
Yeah, because that's all he's known for.
It's quite a lot.
He's
But
carrying
then
that's the
3
point.
penalties.
He's not just good at free kicks.
3 penalties to boost his stats.
Okay.
There's a
Let's
few
move
nice
on
goals.
to our
Third-
third
midfielder.
midfielder.
I don't have
I
any.
don't have a number 10.
I don't know.
So,
Henry, we'll start with you. Who is your third midfielder partnering Fred and...
I have Paul Pogba.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'm a bit confused.
Okay.
Because-
I thought you loved Paul.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't there first.
Wolfie, who's your third midfielder?
Okay. It is Martin Odegaard.
You already said that. I mean, you really don't like Martin Odegaard. We didn't even talk about that. I don't think you appreciate
yeah, we
much
didn't
how
talk about
important
that.
he is for Arsenal. You're not.
No.
You're not
I
being
think-
appreciated. Like without him, we would just be like, we would be awful.
I'd say I don't agree with that. I really like Odegaard.
You know, you can like I like him as
I-
a player, and like he's very skillful. But you look at him twisting and turning inside of 2 players once we've already won the game 2-0 and think, oh, he's brilliant. He doesn't impact the game enough.
Oh,
Where was he in these last 4 games? When we needed him the most, where was he in these games? He was nowhere.
He gets isolated because he doesn't have Partey anymore. And
That's his fault. Get out of being isolated.
Is it his fault that he has
Yes.
El Neni playing behind him, which just
I think
Oh,
Theo...
rubbish.
progress the ball?
Louis,
Gallagher's got these
I
players
think
playing
Theo's
behind
point
him.
is, in a big game, in a physical game,
Yeah.
like the Newcastle game is the obvious one,
Yeah.
he
The
just
Spurs
didn't
game.
really turn up.
I can understand that.
Fine,
If
but
you're
the
comparing
whole
to someone
team
like
didn't
Gallagher,
turn up, so you can't rely on one player to turn up.
compared to someone like Gallagher,
Why not? If you're putting him 4th in out
The
of your
whole
own
team
23s.
didn't turn up, so you can't say, okay, he didn't turn up as well. That's his fault. He's got to turn
Oh, so
up.
just because the other
Okay?
players didn't play well, he
The
he's
whole
fine, he
team,
doesn't.
the whole team is like. At points, you need
I think it's
the
decent.
team as a unit to
I
play
think
well
it's-
for you
he
to actually
doesn't-
like receive the ball and get
He
involved in the
doesn't
game.
consistently
Which he
perform.
didn't.
in
at
a
high
way, I
enough.
kind of think it's the
But I
perfect
actually think-
overrated
I
player.
think that's incorrect. He consistently performs at the high level. He's had a couple of bad games, and you've got a bit of
But that's
recency
not
bias here.
consistency.
I
You've
don't
got a bit
think
of
he
recency
consistently
bias.
performs at a high level either.
He does.
I think he
he
does.
I
It's
really
every
do.
single game. Every
Yeah,
single
but
game.
I know what you like him because of the skills.
No,
What was
watching
that?
him
What was
play,
that
he's so
game when he
good.
messaged on the chat because and he was
He's just
absolutely
ridiculous.
ridiculous? What was that game?
I can't remember the
The
game.
no,
It was
a
against
no-look
Watford,
pass.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a no-look
No,
pass.
no,
and
it
you
wasn't.
like
It
him
wasn't
because of
Watford.
that.
It was really recently.
I thought it was Watford.
Last couple of games, whatever.
It was the last couple of games.
But
No, I think
Yeah, it wasn't.
it's an okay pick.
Anyway, who's your third midfielder?
I was just saying, Martin Odegaard.
No, that was your second one.
you said Martin Odegaard twice. I mean, you
You've
really
got
don't
Kante,
like Martin
Odegaard.
Odegaard. To be fair, can I make a point?
No.
You've disliked Odegaard for a while. Like
That's his
last
opinion.
season, he's been.
I
like,
think you're a
he-
racist.
and
Doesn't like Norwegians.
doesn't like
Here
Norwegian
we go,
people.
'cause you
How
can't-
do you not like Stephanie Hansen?
I've got Kante.
Oh, shut up, man.
It's not funny.
You're
you
not
know
funny,
you're
right?
saying-
Okay. I've gone for Odegaard. I've gone for Fernandes.
Oh, I need
Bruno
some-
I forgot about him
Fair
actually.
enough.
I actually
Good
really
shout.
forgot about him.
Oh,
Didn't
whoa.
remember to
Right, stop.
Fernandes.
Anyway, Louis, who's your third midfielder?
Paul Pogba.
As well. I forgot
So
about those two.
overrated.
Max Soccer. If you're in the
It's-
comments,
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
abs-
said it just because of
It's
Matt.
absolutely
disgusting.
criminal how overrated Paul Pogba
it
is.
is. Max Sommer.
We'll get on to it in a
Nice to see you.
sec, but give
Alright,
us
Gabe.
yours.
My third midfielder is Conor Gallagher.
Ooh, hello.
About that.
Oh, that's because that bullshit stat. you put in the
Yeah,
chat.
but to be
It's
fair,
not. It's not.
to be fair,
I just Eze's better than Gallagher.
oh shut up, Gee.
No, that you.
You know,
You're laughing.
it really pisses me off because we all know that Eze would not be wouldn't have been mentioned in this podcast if he didn't play for QPR.
Who'd you rather have, Bright
He wouldn't have been mentioned.
Or Conor Gallagher?
Gallagher.
You'd rather have Conor Gallagher for Bright?
Obviously. Eze's better than
Right,
Gallagher.
an old Abdel.
I fully think...
Okay, we
That's different. I fully think Eze is better than Gallagher.
Okay, I think that's a lot of bias.
I don't. I think if you ask Crystal Palace fans... I think if you ask Crystal Palace
They'll
fans...
give me some more bias bullshit.
They will... Bias? They both play for Crystal Palace.
No. If Eze's deserves to be all this.
No, I'm saying if you ask Crystal Palace fans...
Oh, who's better, Gallagher
will say,
or Eze? Okay.
A lot of them will say Eze is better than Gallagher. A lot of them will say that.
I don't really care what they think.
But
Well,
also, that's just a random statement. I could say that for every single
right.
player. It doesn't mean anything.
Crystal Palace fans, I need your help.
They need to pop off in the comments.
Back me up, Eze.
Obviously.
No, obviously
We don't
not.
get comments.
Yeah,
Unless
it's sad.
it's
Actually, can you just
Sean Stein.
can you just comment something? Because we're getting a bit lonely in the comments. It's just me.
On his 3 different
Right.
accounts.
Also,
Slim's channel.
we'll read all the comments as well.
Yeah, and we'll give you a couple of likes. It's well worth it. Right,
Anyway,
moving on.
Henry, who was your third midfielder?
Paul Pogba.
Why did you guys have Paul Pogba?
Because
I find this difficult.
I actually hate this on his day narrative that
facts.
he's technically brilliant. On his day he's the best player, best midfielder in the world. At Juventus he was ridiculous, which he was.
I'm surprised you're not using potential as an argument.
He was. Well, that's waffle.
No, I've gone through
But
phases with Pogba.
just in general,
There's no phase.
he's consistently
Shit.
inconsistent.
Actually,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
you
you
got
see what I did there? But
Actually, no, he's just straight up lazy as well.
And
Yeah.
does it
wrong.
Doesn't do
He's
it.
not-
Like it,
Not very
like
good.
I don't like calling players lazy, but he is. You can just see it in his body language and everything. He walks with this stupid little moving his
In
shoulders.
the Arsenal.
It's just annoying.
And that thing
He just
against
needs to
France where he scored that nice little goal with him,
and
did a little dance,
stats
and then
back
they
it up
lost.
as well. But then again, he can be techie for 3
Yeah,
games in
he
the
can.
season.
Yeah, but who would
Like,
you
it
rather
doesn't
have
matter,
over
but
a season? Who'd you rather have?
it
Granit
doesn't
Xhaka
matter.
Or Paul Pogba?
Or Pedri.
No.
I mean, Pedri's a bit of a
Over a
anomaly.
season in the Premier League, who'd you rather have? Paul Pogba or Granit Xhaka?
If you haven't watched our
Pogba
previous
just for those 3
podcast,
games.
Theo said something quite outrageous.
I would rather have Pogba. Because I don't rate Xhaka that much. He was close.
Who?
Xhaka.
Yeah, but Henry,
Good at it.
But
I know this is a stupid argument, but I don't think you watch that many Arsenal games.
me?
I just don't really think
I
you're
was
a lover
not
of the game. I don't think you love the game.
Yeah, I just
Right,
don't think you know.
right. We're having a stupid conversation.
It's
Theo,
so bad.
why do you have
It's
Bruno?
so boring for the viewers.
I think it's quite an obvious one, to be honest.
Yeah,
He just hasn't
I
performed to
do
the levels
agree
that
with
he's
that.
hyped at last season.
His
Oh, he's supposed
Okay,
to.
okay. I'd like to just correct that. Hyped at is wrong. He was.
another
You're saying
comment
hyped at, he
from
was like-
from Max
he came
Soccer
and scored so many goals.
in the comment room. Max
he's
Soccer
fine.
said he's the best goal scoring midfielder the Premier League has
No,
ever
but
seen.
to be fair, the stats do back it up.
But-
The stats back it up.
And but he's
I think
fallen
Frank
off
Lampard-
now. He's no longer scoring
No,
goals.
he's
I
got-
mean,
Okay, over one season, fine. I'm talking about
Exactly. It's just longevity.
I just
That was 100.
Fernandes
I
hasn't
think
been.
it's a ridiculous.
longevity's like when someone's played 8 years instead of 5 years. This is
Yeah.
one season over
Exactly,
18
yeah.
seasons.
Good.
But
I mean-
Bruno Fernandes, he was supposed to be, because obviously the instant impact, he's also, let's be honest, he's a lockdown merchant.
Lockdown merchant.
Penalties, he can't score them in
Yeah.
front of crowds. He was supposed to be Kevin De Bruyne level. And I'd rather have...
I cannot
I'd
believe
rather
people
have-
compared.
yeah,
he never was though.
disgusting.
It's
Rather have Juan
because
Mata
he was
than
scoring
the
goals
season.
and his
No,
output was ridiculous,
no,
which was
if
great.
You,
but
Lou,
that-
if you actually watched him, his impact on games
Yeah.
was
immense.
It was
But he
immense.
was
It
not.
was.
He just drops off the
He
season.
was
That's why I
not.
respect it.
But he was nowhere
I still
near
think.
Kevin
I
De
think it's a
Bruyne.
bit
That
harsh.
is ridiculous.
Who would you rather have, Kevin De Bruyne or Grant?
Kevin De Bruyne. Moving on.
Right, let's move to right wing.
Let's move to right wing.
Keep. Who's your overrated right winger?
So my right winger doesn't actually often play on the right,
It's fine. We'll let it slide.
but he
Because-
can play on the right.
We'll let it slide.
And I wanted to get someone else in on the left, who doesn't play on the right.
James Madison.
So I've gone for
So you've got 2 left wings.
Raheem Sterling.
Okay, well he just doesn't play on the right for
He
this one.
can play on the right. I'm doing a front three. Raheem Sterling.
Yeah,
on the
didn't
back.
put him in your England 11.
You mean
Okay.
Raheem the Dream?
Seeing a
Raheem the
little
Dream.
trend here.
Should I do mine?
Oh god.
I've got.
Oh, I have to change mine.
This is a bit of a naff one, like.
No.
You
Mine's
can't
really
change. You
bad.
can't change.
I've got Pulisic.
He's not rated.
He's
rated.
not rated at all.
Anyone.
So that's an irrelevant
That's
pick.
Theo,
so
your pick?
stupid pick.
Rafinha.
Sorry, Henry.
Rafinha, that's a good pick. I rated him so much last
Yeah.
season, yet this season he hasn't been.
Thought he could do it at Bayern Munich, but he can't.
I thought he would go to Liverpool. I really did, and I thought he would excel. But this season he's not been.
Dropped off.
It's not like he's
Penalty
gone
merchant as well.
It's annoying. It's annoying we don't have Sammy here because
Yeah.
Sammy is a Rafinha
Yeah.
merchant.
He's been better than Bowen.
Yeah, it's just outrageous.
I've also gone with Rafinha.
No, I back it. I back him.
I don't think he's.
This season he hasn't been good enough.
I'm excited to see what happens when Leeds get relegated.
Where he goes.
Sorry.
When
Leeds get relegated.
Because we're after the final day.
So we already know that Leeds got relegated.
They did get relegated.
But we are going to release this on
Sorry
Saturday.
to spoil it.
We're going to release this on Saturday.
If you're watching this on Saturday, I'm sorry for spoiling it for you, but
Leeds do get relegated. Sorry.
yeah.
It's unfortunate. And also
But I'm excited to see where he goes and if he performs at a better team.
Yeah,
Because he's definitely got like
he's going to go to Barcelona, isn't he?
I forget the word.
It's that relegation clause, isn't it?
He's got 25 million release clause.
Every club will want him for 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I
Good
want
player, good player.
Yeah, he's a good player, but
A bit overrated.
I agree with
his
and I don't think he has that much impact
Him
on
or
his
Reece
game.
Nelson.
I don't think he needs to impact games more.
Him or Reece Nelson.
I would have to take Rafinha.
He's actually a good finisher.
Yes,
That's the only thing I would say. I actually think he's quite a good finisher.
No.
He is,
No,
but
no,
this
no, I
season,
agree he's a good
I just think last season he was so good, and I do
think sometimes Leeds going forward can be quite handy.
They were like,
To be
they're
honest,
always
so
going to be under 10.
You could do better.
No, he might have hit 10.
Geese, Sterling.
I've already spoken about him, but he.
Not on this podcast.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
I mean, I've spoken about Sterling a lot. I don't rate him that much.
You don't like him? Why is that, William?
Okay. I really don't rate Sterling.
Okay, then moving on.
Why is that, William? Why do you not like him?
Shut up.
He's not a good player.
I don't think he's a very good player.
That's
That's
okay.
probably why.
I was just asking.
Sometimes
And it's a bit of a weird one. I just think a lot of the time, I get his output can be quite good.
I also sometimes he can be a bit ineffective.
He can be so ineffective.
But like,
City play that way.
but it's like you watch the whole of the City team being fluid.
Do you not
You
remember
give it
those
to
training
Sterling,
drills?
and it's like he's a League One player.
Do you not
It's
remember those
ridiculous.
training drills that we did?
I get that. He's
They
part.
want you to get to the back.
I think that's
what did you do about those
I think
drills?
that's a bit harsh. You just said he was a League One.
No, I'm saying he
No,
looks
I
like
really
that.
excelled in his
Compared to the
training
City players, he looks like that. And I know what you're saying. He's a bit of a system player. I think he's more of a system player than he is a good player.
Okay, well I think
I think he's goal scorer.
Okay. Let's move on to left wing.
Left wing.
I said Pulisic, but
Henry, overrated left winger.
Pulisic's just
It's just irrelevant.
Pulisic is irrelevant.
my left
So
wing.
left wing.
Overrated left winger.
I
I love my
want
left
Henry
winger.
to go first because I was gonna pick this man that Henry
I
picked,
love my left foot.
but I chose someone else.
Martinelli, he's going straight in the team.
Straight, and I back it. I was gonna pick him, but I didn't.
Gay, who have you got?
I've gone for. I don't know why you said G.
Yeah, it always goes around that way, Henry. Have you not worked that out yet?
I've gone for
Oh, I know he's going for.
Philip Foden.
Of course. There's a bit of a trend going on about who we like.
Where do you put
And who we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Louis, who do you have?
I'm really sorry, Theo. I'm Wilfred Zaha.
Well, I disagree with that.
I'm not sure about that.
On the left, I have Adebayo,
Adebayo. Okay, go on.
Emmanuel, Dennis.
Oh!
Decent shout.
Okay. Can we just start with Louis?
We spoke about this last time. He played a bit
Can
on
we
the
just start
left.
with Louis Zaha pick? It was a ridiculous pick.
Okay, we'll discuss that later. Henry, he played on the left. João Pedro's played up front.
We've already spoken about this.
We've done this in another podcast, okay? He plays on the left.
Anyway, Henry, who did you have on the left?
I want Martinelli.
Let's speak about that. I agree with you. Martinelli. Right, we're back. Technical issues again. The second podcast in a row.
Deeply
But
unacceptable.
Henry, keep talking to us about why Martinelli is overrated.
So Gabriel Martinelli is overrated because he's just hyped up because he came from Brazil. He was a bit young.
Facts.
He's got a nice little trim. No,
Henry, can you give us an actual
I rate
reason?
him on there.
It's really nice.
Henry, can you give us an actual
He's
reason?
got a nice little fade. Like, I rate it.
How do I
He's
do
got a bit of moustache going.
Can I give my reasons
He's
for
a dead
what?
baller.
He's not
He
giving
just
any
run-
reason.
He just runs with the ball, and his end product is
Yeah,
not
I
good.
agree.
He's got his one good
Yeah.
goal against Chelsea, and he still lives on that for the next like 5
No,
years.
I agree.
He's not. He
But
doesn't
that-
have an end
Can I-
product.
But that
Can
can change. Like, that can improve. That I feel like
I feel like
end
now,
product. Yeah, no, but I feel like end product is something that can
Arsenal
definitely
fans
improve.
in the middle of the season were putting him up with the other
No,
young
they
players.
No one did that.
No one's ever put Martinelli in. He's dropped off because of injuries and stuff
I
like that.
think-
I've said consistently, as an Arsenal fan, we know he doesn't have end product, and we know he's not clinical
Yeah,
enough.
but-
He
He
does have the effort.
He
does
can
have
improve
the
on that, and I love the way he's always running.
What I would
Always
say,
running.
I've always
And-
said. Okay,
Yeah, go
carry on. I just
No,
completely
go on.
interrupted you. On Martinelli, I think the way Arsenal will want to play going forward under Arteta, he's a bit ineffective against a low block.
I agree. He doesn't
compared to
link
Smith
up
Rowe,
well enough.
yeah.
Smith Rowe's ineffective against a low.
To be fair, honestly, I agree with that as well. I think Smith Rowe's better running on. He is.
Honestly, we need a left winger.
Because Smith Rowe. Because Smith Rowe's technical, everyone's like.
If you're watching this.
Because Smith Rowe's technical, everyone's like Smith Rowe's good.
I thought he was.
Everyone's like Smith Rowe's good in tight areas, but he's so much better running at players.
Yeah.
Well, I know he's not rapid, but that's his game.
No, he's a bit like Grealish.
Although Martinelli against Trent.
I don't think Smith Rowe.
Do you not? I disagree with the Martinelli Trent thing, because I think Martinelli Trent exactly showed why he's not good. He did the thing where he goes past him with his pace. He challenges him. Yeah. He does it in a good way. Like, he gets past him, he stretches his defence. He never actually did anything at the end.
He was ridiculous against City
He
as well.
passed the Northern box.
Yeah.
That's the point. Sorry, that's the point I'm making. Against City and Liverpool.
And he missed that.
And then when they play the high lines, he is effective. And there's space to run into behind.
And
every other game
he was
of the
ridiculous
season,
against City.
He missed a
very good chance, and he had some moments where he did a bit too much. His decision making, I don't think, is quite there, and his end product's a bit poor. But he can improve that, and I don't know.
But when Arsenal are at their worst, he stands out.
I still see like a very good player in there if he can start, if he can improve his that.
Theo,
I think
Theo, who do you have at left wing again?
He's got Foden.
Just speak to us about Foden. We've spoken about it a lot.
Nothing really needs to be said.
Right, have you got Zaha at left wing?
Nothing needs to be said.
No, we've spoken about him too much, and if you watch our previous video on top, it is a bang on top 10 under 23 players, we talk about Phil Foden extensively. So if you want a bit of a Phil Foden feature,
we'll show the link
in the description. Although if Louis knows how to put it in the description.
Not gonna lie, I've got no idea how to put it on the screen if it comes up right now.
I know.
It's very
impressive.
Actually, why would you put it on the screen? Because it's always going to click. Because when it pauses the screen, if you click on it.
No, but then you go to another video.
Can you stop waffling?
No,
right.
Okay, it might come up at
Zaha.
the end of the video if we're lucky.
No,
Zaha.
it comes up at the end of the video.
Zaha.
No, it's Zaha.
Zaha is just ineffective. He's cool. He's great. You know, he does little tricks and flicks. He looks nice, and I understand why people like him because he runs the ball. You know, beats his man. I mean, he's not the best goal scorer.
He's got an end.
Considering
I don't think his end product's amazing. I don't think he's that effective, and I don't think he impacts a game.
Barreze, he's their best player.
Probably. He is
Barreze, he's their best.
Just without Eze.
Without Eze, he's their best player. Zaha, he gets a lot of unnecessary hate.
I think he gets unnecessary hate.
Fantastic player.
He does get unnecessary hate.
Everyone
doesn't like him.
Doesn't score enough goals, but he does.
He's had an unlucky career the way he didn't get a move.
Yeah, to Arsenal.
At that time,
I don't think he would have.
He was unlucky.
I don't.
He would have excelled at Arsenal.
I would have rather had him than Pepe because Pepe's awful, but they're the same sort of players.
No, I see a bit of potential in
wouldn't want
Pepe.
either of them to be honest.
Do you not see a bit of potential in Pepe?
I've been saying this the last 3 years. I see a bit of potential. There's a 26-goal season player in there. If he can just, improve every part of his game.
Right,
he's awful.
Emmanuel Dennis.
He's a bit of a first half season merchant, really, but
I can't disagree with that.
He's dropped off a lot.
I can't.
I mean, I know he's playing for Watford, and it's like they're properly shocking, but he's
not as bad as Norwich.
He's decent.
I get he's probably.
They are because they're Norwich in 19 because they beat Spurs.
The only thing you can say, Geese, is goals.
Oh yeah,
but they were all came. It was just he had some good finishes at the start of the season. Scored a few goals, and then now he's just shit.
That's very harsh, but I sort of agree with what he says.
It's very kind of Cologne-esque.
You did say you wanted to your backup striker.
That was during
us. Quite a long time.
Theo does spit a lot of waffle, to be honest.
Right.
Okay. Anyway.
Then we're going to go to striker now to finish it off.
Wolfie.
Well, I think we will go there because it is the last position.
Wolfie, have you got?
Henry, you do tend to go first on these, so why don't you lead us out?
I have.
Lead us out. This is interesting. Strikers are very interesting position.
I've got Ivan Toney.
I really backed that, but I didn't put him in.
Wolfie, have you got?
Oh, there's some technical issues.
Okay, I put Kai Havertz in.
Oh, I back both of them. Henry, give me a spot as well. Both of them are good picks. Theo, who have you got?
Oh no.
Oh please no.
Wait,
Harry gone for Richarlison.
I was just about to say two good picks.
When you said, I thought you said
goes to pick Richarlison.
No, I'm happy with Richarlison.
I've gone for someone who is so bad, yet still gets rated a tiny bit, so technically he's overrated. Broha.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
washed. He's awful. There was a period where like
Sammy was
40
all
million.
over.
Oh, he's the best player in the Premier League.
And he's from Northern
He's
Africa.
so white.
There was an 80 million price tag. He's
Wait,
not
Australia's
from
from
Northern
You're going to bleep
Africa.
that racism out.
He's
No,
from
he's from
Morocco.
Morocco.
He's from Morocco.
Yeah, he's from Morocco.
He is.
Is he actually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's also not
Morocco.
racist.
You're going to bleep that out.
Anyway.
You're going to bleep that out.
Okay. Yeah, people race him. He had a 70 million price tag. Don't really know why.
Yeah, it's mad.
Isaac has a 70 million price tag and he scored like 6 goals this
Yeah, but
season.
to be fair, he
Brothers
has a
scored
release
like 4
clause.
goals.
That's different. Isaac has a release clause. So it's not price tag set now. He has a set release clause.
Let's
for
quickly
his
go
contract.
around
They
about
weren't going to
strikers.
accept 70
I've just talked
They
about
weren't going to
Brothers.
accept
That was
that.
done, bro.
Obviously not, because they have a release clause of 70 million.
Guys, this isn't our one.
Okay,
done.
moving on.
Anyway, you guys. No, let's go to Tony first, Henry. Why?
Tony's just like,
I agree with this pick.
he's come up. He's scored like 12 goals or whatever, but like 6 of them have been penalties. Like,
I feel like Tony's the obvious one.
I
He is
do
the
the
obvious
obvious one.
Tony
I'm
is the-
surprised that none of you
Oh,
put
yeah,
him in because I think he's just
I
not
thought I
obvious.
didn't think of him. I probably would have.
He's
put
just
him.
like an all. Like,
I just think Havertz.
Something's going on, it's a
is
bit
the
fishy.
clear choice.
I am with Louis. Havertz is the most overrated player in the Premier League.
As a Chelsea
He's
fan,
so.
I saw this like thing on Instagram where you're like, oh, you generational talents. You know, you got Foden, you got.
He still
Mbappe,
gets put in.
You've
I
got
have-
Haaland and
I've
Mbappe,
been
and then you've
misled.
got Kai Havertz in there.
Oh, my new phone.
Was it?
Well, you pick your team, so.
Ivan Tony was my pick. I wasn't really paying much
To be
attention.
fair, he did put Ivan Tony.
that's
Yeah,
better than Chelsea.
Ivan Tony sort of understand.
I rate Havertz. I think he's a good player, but I also rate.
You
that
rate
he's-
Havertz.
No, I rate
Rate
him.
that I chose.
Do you know, I
actually rate him both ways. I actually think he's quite a good player, but I also think he is overrated.
So you rate Havertz. Yeah, I don't rate your ball.
I rate it in both ways.
No, you see his thing
Yeah,
rate.
your
It's
ball-
a bit of an
Yeah.
inverse
Yeah.
proportional.
I think he's
You rate
actually a decent
Havertz.
striker.
I don't rate your ball.
He's
knowledge.
he's a decent striker. He's not bad. Like,
He's not
a
great.
decent striker.
He's a bad.
No, he's good.
He's a bad
He's
Premier
good.
League
Let's
player.
not take the piss. Okay. He's
No, I
good.
think if
But,
he went down with
you know,
Chelsea, he'd
let's
stay in the
not-
Championship.
Honourable mention for
if he went down with Chelsea,
He'd stay in the
that's
Chelsea.
Yeah, I
pretty
really
good.
did John Huddersfield.
honourable mention up front would be.
Wouldn't get in
maybe
ahead of
Timo
Jordan
Werner.
Rhodes.
Timo Werner is not
Mate,
racist
no,
by anyone.
no.
He's the most. He's bordering
He's honestly
underrated.
underrated.
Also,
Yes,
if-
he's fully
I
underrated.
thought someone was going to put Ronaldo.
Any more honourable mentions for the rest of the team that we
Kasper Schmeichel.
haven't picked?
No, underrated.
He's a really good player.
What
So
overrated
overrated,
team?
No, I'm just saying he's an
Okay,
honourable
so I
mention.
think that wraps everything up.
I think that wraps
We'll
So
probably put
teams will probably go
teams
up
here.
about now.
And once again, put in the comments who is the
Subscribe,
best team.
like, comments, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.